Hytale's building system is insane, and so far I've used it to build a few things in my world, most recently this really nice bridge here. But apart from that little shack that I've built over here, I don't even have a house yet, at least not a proper one. So today, once again, I'm going to be putting Hytale's building system to the test to finally build myself a house I can be proud of. Now I'm thinking right in this little corner here, this would be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to chop down these oak trees just so I can have a little bit of a better look of the area. And now I have a whole lot of flattening to do. Thankfully I have a ton of dirt remaining and a huge amount of plant fiber, which I can now turn into some grass. I'm hoping 78 will be fine for now. So let's go ahead and fill in this entire area here. And just like that, we have a much easier area to work with. Now I do want to shave up this mountain a bit because I don't love how wide it comes out. So I'm going to grab my iron shovel and I'm just going to go to town on deleting this entire thing, which the shovel definitely makes quick work out of. Man, this log goes so deep into the ground. It's kind of annoying to dig these roots out, I won't lie to you. Maybe I should get myself a bit of a better axe, because right now I'm still using the crude hatchet. That is not the best. Okay, apparently grass floats. That's good to know, I guess. Now, I've exposed a lot of the stone, so I should just start bringing this back a little bit. Now, this is going to give us quite a bit more space to work with. I really want this building to be quite large. Not enormous, but decent enough for us to have a comfortable living area. Now, not only will I be decking out the outside, I'm also going to do my best to deck out the interior, which I am so bad at doing in Minecraft, but I'm really hoping that in Hytale, it will be a lot easier for me to do, just because of the abundance of all these special furniture blocks. The range on the shovel is really weird. You can't get too close, but you can't be too far away. It can be a little bit awkward to use, I won't lie. However, this stone is definitely something I'm going to be needing. I want to use a cobblestone roof because I've seen other buildings around the world using that and I think it looks really nice. But considering how much I'm going to have to be mining here, I really don't think we're going to have any problems getting enough. Now personally, I think terraforming is the most important thing that you can focus on when you're trying to change the look of your world. You can really be super creative and create something that just can't be found anywhere else. Me personally, I love creating these different types of mountains here, which have a slight indentation, and the look of it is just really nice. I love these so much. And this will be the very first large wall that I do, at least mountainside wall that I do. So I'm excited to show you guys exactly what is possible in this game. If you want to create these worlds in your Hytale world, this is the first step to do. You want to carve out a lot of the side that kind of falls over the edge. You can see that's a very steep gradient, but you can walk up this very easily. So you want to dig it all the way back. You can kind of see how I've done that here, and you want a nice flat wall to work with. So let me go ahead and remove the rest of this stone so we can move on to the next step. And there you can see we have a very large cliff face now, and you can see exactly where the mountain used to end. We've gained a ton of space down here, which is going to be fantastic because now we can build a very nice house in here. Now, if you look up here, I do want to bring this mountain down a little bit. So let's quickly just make sure we have this at the right height. This is going to be for a future project. If you guys have any idea what to put up here, I would love to hear your ideas. Whichever of your ideas get the most likes, I will use your idea and build something cool. Whatever you guys think, make sure to comment down below. For this massive area up here, it is quite significant. So it has to be important. It has to be an important building. But yeah, let me know. However, I am going to dig this down just so I have a reference of exactly where this height of the mountain should be, which will be about here. So let's quickly remove this massive tree here. I do need the oak log, so it's a good thing for me. I'm going to go through and expand this mountain out a little bit, just so we have a little bit more space out here as well. And now pretty much everything down below needs to be removed. Everything on the outside of this. After I add the stone bricks, let me add those stone bricks in right now. I'm going to craft 100. Wait, do I have some already? Dude, I already had some. That's crazy. Okay, we won't call it a waste just yet. Oh, we got a bear, but don't worry, we are decked out now. I do not have arrows though. Oh my goodness. I wonder how much damage he does with my adamantite armor. I haven't actually tested that. Look at that. He barely does anything, brother. That is crazy. we can actually fight a bear now 1v1. We don't have to do 100 players versus one bear. Look at this. Oh my days. Bro does not have a chance. Let's go. Dude, I am so happy with that investment. It took me so long. Yesterday, I got no sleep, but we have adamantite, so I'm happy. And bears are no longer a problem. In fact, I let him do that damage, so we might have even been able to take no damage then. That is insane. But of course, I'm going to add these stone brick walls just to highlight the edge of this mountain here. And then pretty much everything on the outside of this needs to be dug down as well. So let me get rid of this dirt. We'll go up to here for now, just for the demonstration. So if you guys do want to build these types of mountains in Hytale or even Minecraft, this works in Minecraft as well. After this, you will be able to. Okay, so we've dug out a bit of area here. Now, because I expanded this out, I need to add some stone in. So let's craft up 100, just like that. And let's head back up to the top, jump back underneath, and just add a little bit of stone in here. You do not want any dirt. Make sure to replace it all. Your dirt just looks weird on the side of a cliff. So now looking at the mountain from down here, that is already looking so much better. You can see the cliff starting to develop there. Now, in order to finish this, I do need to get rid of this chunky boy here, but with the shovel, this is extremely easy. And I'm going to have like a little ledge here, so that's perfectly fine to keep there. But we can dig into the mountainside here. So now we pretty much just want to carve out a nice shape with the stone that is left. Every few blocks, heading in another block. So as you can see, we're headed in there. We're going to go maybe here, go in again. And then to keep it different and unique, you can always have little ledges coming back out at the very bottom, just like that. But essentially, you just want to carve something unique into the side of these cliffs. Make it so they overhang a little bit at the top, and it is a really nice way to make your world look truly unique. I do this all the time, and ever since I've done it, my worlds have looked absolutely beautiful. And me personally, I think it might even look better in Hytale compared to Minecraft. And my iron pickaxe is broken. Now, when we raided the thingy-majiggy on the last episode, we got a ton of repair kits. So thankfully, I can just go and repair this bad boy. I'm trying not to use my adamantite pickaxe too much, at least for the stuff up here, because I know I'm going to need some basalt cobble. I'm not quite sure if the iron pickaxe breaks that in one hit, but I'm sure the adamantites will. And while I'm doing this intricate details in here, I don't really want to be mining super fast. I do want a little bit more control, but you can see the mountain beginning to develop now. I think this looks fantastic. So let me go through, fix up the rest of this mountain, and we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. And there we go, dude. Look at that mountain. It is looking so good. And I haven't even added in any details yet. It's just stone. So it's going to look even better when I'm fully done. But what a difference. You can see this is what it looks like after. And I guess this is what it kind of looked like beforehand. So such a big difference. And I'm really hoping that the stone behind it, instead of just an ugly mountain, is going to make the building look even better, having a very nice backdrop behind it. I do think that's going to really bring out the entire build. So I'm going to continue around this entire mountainside here, just to about here. I'm thinking this will be a good cutoff for now. Once we move down there, I think we can do some more if we eventually move down there, but for now up to there is going to be good. So I'll finish this and I'll see you guys when that's done. And this is what we are looking like now. What a massive difference. That thing just completely changed this entire area, and now I think I'm ready to start building. Now the very first thing that I should do is figure out the shape. Now for the bottom floor, I'm really wanting to use this basalt cobblestone. I think it looks really unique. So for now, I'm going to use this to sketch out how I want this to end up looking. So I'm thinking a 5-block wide little shed over here, kind of like this. So this is of course going to be somewhere where, you know, things are being stored. I don't know what's being stored in there. Something, definitely something. Then, you know what, let's come out 1 block. So then we have a nice 5-block shape here. Then we'll go 7 blocks. I think that sounds good to me. And then we will have an entrance here that's going to stick out. Let's go 3 blocks, kind of like that. That's what I'm thinking. This is the idea in my mind. So along the lines of this, it's not huge, but it's got a decent amount of space. It should definitely give us everything we want, and I think it fits nicely into that area. Of course, maybe having a shed on the side here would be nice, but at least then that gives us a little bit of space to build a path back behind it. Because if we go too far, then it's going to block this entire thing off here. So to be 100% honest with you, I think this might be the biggest shape or size we can do for this thing. So I think the best thing that I can do is head over to this massive compound here, because I believe we were here before and there's a ton of different items that I should be able to steal. Before we head over there, I do think a upgrade to my hatchet is extremely important because if I'm breaking things, I don't want to be spending 150,000 hours doing that. I need some heavy leather. I need some shadow weave scraps. Oh goodness. What about this? Okay, I can make a thorium. I can't make a cobalt. So we have a bunch of thorium though. Oh my goodness. Was it heavy leather and linen or was it medium? Medium. Okay, beautiful. At least now we have a bit of a better hatchet. That should do us quite a bit better than what we were dealing with the crude one. But that is fantastic. Let's try this out. 350 durability. That's kind of nice. And considering that crude hatchet lasted us all the way from the start until now. Oh wow, 2 hits and it's done. Okay, clearing logs, especially these little stumps here, is going to be so much nicer. I'm really excited to actually start using that. We just get some dirt so I can fill in that hole that I just made. Now let me quickly empty my entire inventory. Look how much stone we got. Oh my goodness. From harvesting that entire mountainside, we should be good on the stone department for a while. Hold on, can I make some more arrows? Because I completely ran out of them and I would prefer to have some just in case. Okay, I can make pretty much 100 because of how many sticks we had. Now I should feel a little bit better. I don't have to worry about being absolutely destroyed. So let's sleep and we will make our merry way all the way over to that humongous compound to steal all of their things. Thankfully, it's not too far away, so I should be able to get there fairly quickly. And just in case, I'm going to load up my crossbow because I really don't want to be getting into a little bit of strife. Oh, I just heard a bear. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's not even chasing me. He can have the rabbit. Okay, it seems like there's no one here. That's good then. Nope, I'm wrong. Definitely wrong. There's quite a few things over here. Last time we were here, we had absolutely nothing though, so this should be pretty easy, I won't lie. If I struggle with this, that's pretty embarrassing because this is zone 1. Wait, can you climb up a rope? Dude, you can climb up a rope? Oh my goodness. Oh, hey buddy. That is so cool, man. Dude, I'm going to grab all these ropes, of course. Wait a second. You can connect these in the corner? Hold on a minute. How do you do that? Oh, it's a diagonal rope. It's a different type of rope. Dude, that is so sick. Oh my days. Okay, let me try and collect this stuff. Whatever I can collect. Table. Can I collect the chest? No. Oh, I can. Beautiful. I can't collect these crates, unfortunately. Easy peasy. All right, let me grab these. It's a really sad thing that I can't collect these. I would love to collect them. Can I collect this? Nope. Come on, man. Why can't I collect these? That sucks, dude. What about these? Oh, I can. What about this? Yes. Beautiful. Just gonna try and steal literally everything. What about these pots? I doubt it. Yeah, you can't, unfortunately. But I'll take these. Hell yeah. I have a bunch of tables at least, I guess. I don't know how I'm going to use them all, but at least we've got them. Now, I kind of like this. What block is this? This is a wooden wall. So I'm going to actually grab these. Maybe I can use these. It's definitely a very nice block. It could be very unique for the wall. So I'm just going to grab as much as I possibly can before I get bored, I guess. I'm sure I could make these, but I don't quite know if I'm going to have all the stuff. I feel like it's going to be a lot easier just to steal them. I definitely have a feeling stealing things is going to be the best way to get a lot of things, especially furniture blocks or decoration block. But I think that might be intentional to try and get people to explore a little bit more. Definitely makes sense to me. But I've stolen this entire building here. There's none left. Let's go down and see what's down here. We got some more bookshelves. We got some coffins. Can I break that? No, I can't. Oh, but I might be able to place the pile of skull. Of course, I'll steal this. Chair and table. Can never say no. And I think that is just about it inside of here. Oh, what's this? Okay, these are like shelves, right? Yeah, and I can collect them. It's an ancient shelf. What's down here? Oh my goodness, I hate spiders. I really hate spiders. Come on, brother. You got nothing on me, mate. You ain't gonna do diddly squat. Is there anything down here I might be able to steal? Wait, what? Oh, there's one down there. Dude, they shoot now? Okay. Oh, great. I'm poisoned as well. That is just fantastic. Maybe I steal these. These iron bars look kind of cool. Are they iron bars? Yeah, they are. I thought so. I don't know if I'll use them or how I'll use them, but I'm going to try. Oh, there's another one. Of course there is. All right, mate, your turn. Easy. Yep, some of these. Beautiful. We'll never say no to some chains. Oh, there's another one. Oh my goodness. Dude, I really hate spiders with a passion. Okay, we have 36 iron bars. I'm just going to grab all of these as well. And once again, the chains too. Don't know how or if I'll use them, but I'm going to try. But that's it down here. Let's head back up and see if this place has anything else I might want to steal. Hey, buddy. Oh, what is this? That's like a horizontal bar or something. That's kind of cool. I don't know how I'll use them, but I feel like I should grab them. Dude, this is so cool. And just drop down. What is it? It is a iron bar horizontal. Okay. That's really cool. I like that. You can do quite a bit with that, I think. We have another archer, but Thankfully, it's the skeleton, so he's bad. I think I want to do the same thing. I'm just going to take all these trestles or wall or whatever it's called. Oh, these doors look kind of cool. Take them. That's an ancient wooden door. That means it's old. Take whatever I can get my little grubby hands on. Alrighty, I'm going to finish taking all these and I'll see you guys back at the base. And we are back at the base, so it's ready to begin designing. Now, as you can see, we've got quite a lot of things. I did already drop a couple items off in the base, but I need to grab all of my basalt cobble. I haven't really got much. I'm hoping I have enough, but the chances are I probably don't. So I've got 100 basalt cobble and now 41 regular basalt. The reason for that is so I can do a little bit of texturing. So I'm going to completely randomly remove some of this basalt cobble here and replace it with regular basalt. This is going to keep the building looking interesting, just like that. In fact, let me keep a door here, and I should probably add a door in the front there. You know what? Probably even a door right in the back. Where's the middle? I think right here. Okay, so we got a door there, there, and there. Now, I'm thinking this should go up by probably 4 blocks. 4 blocks generally is a pretty good amount. It's a very safe amount at least. Now, of course, my supplies are very low, so on the corners or where I can save on the blocks, I'm going to do my best to save on them. I think it might be worth putting logs in here instead, because while you won't be able to see it from the outside, you will still be able to see that little hole from the inside, which I want to avoid or at least make look good. We'll chuck some logs in those little spots where I just tried to save on my basalt cobble. I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually remember where I got this stuff from, so I'm really trying to make sure that I limit my use of it because I really don't think I'm gonna have enough. Okay, I am gonna need to make some more regular basalt. We have 92 remaining and we're partially done the 3rd layer. I really don't think we're gonna have enough, to be completely honest. Oh no, I just made basalt brick. Okay, we're definitely not going to have enough now. All right, well, that was a massive screw up. I wonder if I can try and add the basalt bricks in. Maybe in like little spots like this. No, that's not basalt brick. Maybe along the bottoms a little bit. I think that might look okay. Okay, we definitely didn't ruin it, but that was definitely a massive mistake. I'm not going to lie. And sometimes you just got to slow it down. Come on, Josie. I guess it is definitely fortunate that the basalt brick does look very similar to these other blocks. Very, very lucky with that. That is for sure. But that's still 39 pretty much just gone. Okay, now that is 3 blocks high. I still need to get to go up another 1 block. So hopefully I can go underground and easily find this basalt. I honestly have no idea how common it is, but I guess we're going to find out. So into the mines we go. Wait, is this it? Oh my God, it is. Okay, good. It wasn't so hard to find. It was actually right at my ladder. So that's good to know. I do like this stone, so it's good to know that it is literally just right here. I guess it's kind of like a deep slate, right? No, never mind. It does go back to stone. So maybe it's like an andesite kind of block. Well, I guess that is definitely lucky that I found enough here. All right, I definitely have enough. Let's go back up. If you jump, you go up these ladders so fast. Look at this. Anyway, it's almost dark, but I don't think I can sleep just yet. Let's just quickly fill in the rest of this. I am going to need some more regular basalt. This time I won't mess it up. There we go. And the final level is done. Beautiful. All right, so if we have a look at this from out here now, that's a pretty decent sized building. I am liking that. Now, let me quickly actually fill this in here. That should be all filled up because that's a nice door there. But that is looking pretty good. Now, I need to jump up here and I'm going to create a layer of oak logs just to separate the top and the bottom level. I know this is using a ton of logs, but we should be able to get them pretty easy. There's a bunch of oak trees around. I'm pretty sure even that's an oak tree. If it is, then we've got tons. And then I'm going to take the wooden wall and I'm going to build these up the same amount that we built the bottom floor, so another 4 blocks tall. Wait, hold on, maybe I'll keep this one as just 1 level, to be honest, because otherwise I think it's going to look weird. This will all make sense in a second. Okay, so I'll keep this one as just 1 level, then I'm going to add these wooden tiles or these wooden walls all the way around. So even though I'm sneaking, if it's 1 block, you drop down, so that is a little annoying. I got to get used to that. Sneaking doesn't do anything. To be honest with you, I think I should keep this like as 1 level as well. I don't love how that is looking, so I cut this down just to there and I build an oak log thing right across exactly like that. And then to be honest, I'm just going to leave it for now. I don't want to do anything with the roof, but this is the shape that I'm going with. I think that looks pretty nice. Now, obviously it's just shaping right now. We still need to add the details. All the details at the bottom, I have an idea. Let me just drop my basalt brick off because I don't need it. And for now, I'm going to put all my decorations in this chest that I stole from that other building. And to be honest, I don't think I need the wooden trestles, at least not all of them. I'll keep that much on me for now, just so our inventory is a little bit better. Now I'm going to grab a bunch of stone brick and turn them into stone brick slabs. Then I'll make some more regular stone brick and some decorative, and I'll see what I can do with these 3 items. What I'm thinking is having these vertical slabs on the sides here to look like some kind of pillar with full blocks right across the top, using a mix of the decorative and the regular stone brick. I honestly have no idea how this is going to look. I'm really just hoping for the best here. I might go 3 blocks over here and then add another one of these things in just to keep this wall similar on both sides. I just feel like that is right. Like that's where I should split it. And over here, I'm thinking I should just add one right here. I know that's very thin, but I just feel like that makes a lot of sense. Now, I know that probably looks a little weird, but let's try and get a better angle. Okay, yes, it definitely looks a little bit strange, but we can fix it. We're still just trying to add the details in right now, and I think there's still a lot we can do. There's still a ton that we can do to this building to fix it up a little bit. The main thing that is looking a little bit weird for me right now is going to require these oak logs. Thankfully, I do already have quite a bit. So let's jump across. And in these corner bits, I'm going to remove these walls and I'm going to add these pillars of oak just in the corners for now. And you know what? I'm going to add it in over here as well. And then I'll match that on the back side here. Now, I'm really hoping that matches where I put that slab in at the bottom. Yes, we're about to find out. Actually, while we're up here, let me just create a layer of these logs through here just to help shape up the very top of the roof so we can get an idea about what the final height is going to look like. Just like that. All right, let's have a look at the back. Okay, that does match up very nicely. Beautiful. And if we jump down and take a look at this from all the way over here, okay, it's looking better. I want to say it's definitely looking better, but dude, there's still so much I need to do to fix this up. I know it's probably a little bit counterintuitive. I'm gonna make a bunch of these cobblestone roofs and I'm gonna try and get the roof going. I think if I get the roof going, then we can properly see exactly what we're going to be dealing with here. So let's go out slightly, just by 1 block, a little bit of an overhang. Build this up to here. I think I want a peak here. I think that makes sense because it's the front of the house. Oh goodness, how am I going to do this? Okay, there we go. Now, how do I get this going? Do I go like this? Then like this? Okay, it's not too bad. Once you use the R key, you can really change where these things are going to be going. You can do quite a lot with that. I like this. So this is the second time I'm using the roofs. Oh, sorry, the third time. We use these roofs on that building. I used them on the bridge and now we're using them here. So it's definitely very interesting learning how to use these things. Honestly, the possibilities for this is insane. If you guys have ever built a house in Minecraft, you know your only option's really stairs. But these roof tiles are feeling very flexible. I'm really enjoying using these. Now, of course, between here, I think just using these is going to be the best option. Now, I guess all I have to do is fill in this entire roof. All right, we have actually run out of roof tiles, surprisingly. But we can jump up here, we can run down onto the roof of this building, jump all the way down, just make up a bunch more. I'm gonna need some more of this. And then I think I also need some of these flat ones. I've made 30, that might be a bit too much, but I guess we'll find out. Can I jump up here? Oh, no, I can't. Okay, I need to get up there somehow. All right, then jump onto the roof. Beautiful. This roof is pretty much the same height as that. So I think that's good. It's definitely a good thing. And we'll just add these flat tiles in right across the top and across this bit right here. Now the roof is filled in. Man, you could not do this in Minecraft. No way. But we'll have a look at that from the bridge, which is of course the best vantage point. And okay, look, it's still a little bit weird, but we have time. We can fix this. We can definitely fix this. Building a house in Hytale is a little bit more difficult than I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie, but only because of how many options there are. It's a little bit hard to figure out exactly what to do. But I do think for this bit here, I'm going to create some kind of balcony. I honestly think that this is going to be best. Fill in the roof and I'll just make up a couple fences. 40. Okay, I might have made a little bit too many, I'm not going to lie. I will just connect these across. Hold on a minute. Need to connect them from the outside. This. Okay, that's nice. Now, what if I do something a little bit interesting? We've got these hardwood beams and there was something else I found. The crude platform. What is this? Can I make those? Let's try this one. Let's try the simple wooden platform. Now, if I build something across like this, just a nice beam reaching right over the top of this, and then connect it with these hardwood beams, then add these simple wooden platforms across the top. Is that going to look good? Okay, that looks kind of nice. I think it definitely needs a slab right across the middle. So let's make 20, and I'm not going to be able to jump up here, am I? I guess we'll just place a temporary block, and I'll add these across. Maybe I'll add them one above as well, just to give it a little bit more shape. I don't love it. I definitely don't love it. Okay, what if we scrap this idea? We remove all of this. Oh man, why do these take so long to break? Oh, you have to break them with a pickaxe. That makes sense. Okay, sure. What if I went with the maple log? That gives a pretty nice roof. Can I just do some of these ones? Oh, it's not even. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit stumped. Maybe we'll come back to that one. What if we did this here? We remove these. Man, this is definitely not easy. Add these stone pillar there. Then I'm gonna need some of these and some of these. Kind of like that. Okay, I think that fixes up the front. I'll maybe add these back in, to be honest. Then I need to fix up that overhang a little bit, which I can fix with some of these, just like that. And then I guess I should probably connect this with the basalt cobble. Oh my goodness, it is dark in here. I do have torches though, so I can chuck some of these in. I know there's stone brick behind, so I'm going to remove this, add in a pillar of logs, and then the torch. And now then I can use the basalt that I just got to add into the top. And okay, that's looking a little bit better. What if I add some like platforms across here like that? Okay, I don't mind that. That looks good. Maybe even some platforms across here. I think that might be okay, to be honest. I think that looks good. Just sucks that it can't connect all the way through, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. All right, I'm gonna mess around with the area above here and see what I can come up with. Hopefully I can get something looking pretty good. I'll see you guys in a second. I'm not gonna lie, that took over an hour to get it looking like this, but I'm very happy with how it looked. I've added a chimney in just to make the roof look a little bit less boring. I've added this little side bit here to help with this side, and of course a little overhang here. Now for this bit here, I decided to use the iron bars that we found, and you can see I've created a nice little door right here. Obviously we still need to do the interior, but so far I'm very happy with this. Now you can see in my inventory I've grabbed pretty much every single decoration block that I could, as well as this chicken coop, which I thought could be put right here. Maybe I'll move that back a little bit actually, right against the wall there. And I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of reconstruction for this farm here, just so I have a little bit more space to work with. It'll go like this, and then it can lead right into the wall there. But of course, we need to keep the chickens in, so we're just going to create a nice little fence there, and then a fence right here as well with, I guess we can make some kind of gate. Let's try and do that. I think it's just this, right? I'll make two. Just put them right there. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's beautiful, man. That is such a nice gate. Holy camole, I love that. Now, because obviously these don't connect well, I'm going to disconnect that and put a bush there. And honestly, that should be fine. That fixes that up a little bit. I guess it kind of makes sense to have dirt in there, but I do need to dig all of this out to create the path that leads to our house. Now, the purpose of this house, or this building, sorry, is going to be to sleep in. So my plan is to build a building for every workbench, and we are going to consider our bed a workbench. We need a nice place to sleep after a long day. This house is going to be just that. So we'll have the stone path go right by the house, and it's going to head off in this direction. And I am pretty happy with that. That should be pretty fine. Now I just need to fill this in using both mossy stone bricks and regular stone brick. That is looking pretty good. And of course, I want to connect this road to this door here, as well as a nice little path coming through here. Now don't worry, I'm not going to be using stone bricks for this path. This is all going to be just different types of dirt, like a soil path or something like that, just like this. So let me go ahead and make up that path in the farmer's workbench. So we're going to use some soil pathway, and I might grab a little bit of dry dirt as well. I'm hoping these two work together nice for a nice little bit of texture. Maybe not too much of the dry soil. Okay, I'm definitely going to be needing a lot more of the soil pathway. I guess while I'm up here, I'm going to turn the rest of my plant fiber into grass, which gives us 29, which I'm obviously going to be using to replace this regular dirt in here, just so that the pathway stands out a little bit more. There we go. That's looking a lot better. Of course, we'll do the same thing over here. And then, oh my goodness, I'm going to need a whole lot of grass, but I have no more plant fiber left, so I'm a little bit screwed. I'm not going to lie. I guess for this bit in here, I add a bit more soil, just like that. And to be honest, in here, I should add some of this in here too, because after all, this is going to be a little bit of a farm. There's going to be quite a bit of mud and random stuff going on in here. And there we go. That's looking a bit better. Should I add like a little bit of grass around here? It's because it feels a little bit bland. That's a little bit better. What about a little poppy right there and there? Why not? Eventually there'll be chickens in here. I don't think they can get through here, so they should be locked in pretty well. I don't think they'll be able to escape. Maybe I'll add a little bit of moss as well, just because I've got it on me. That should be pretty good. So that's that side decorated. What I'm thinking about here, what if I put a chair there with a fern next to it and some leaves right beside there? Maybe some bushes in the corner. And I think the ivy and the wall ivy is going to be my best friend, to be honest, in helping make this thing look a little bit less boring. I've also got some brown cap mushrooms which I can throw in around here. Maybe even in here, to be honest. Just one there, that's fine. Honestly, that's kind of looking good, to be honest. I've got these lost civilization torches. I can probably chuck one right there, and to me that looks pretty good. Now what about a door? I'm not sure what I'm going to use in the floor here, so I'll just put down some stone brick and then the door there. That fits in pretty well. I think a bush right next to it's a bad idea. What about some leaves? Maybe some blue moss, bit of short grass around. I can also add this short grass into this path, making it look like maybe some weeds. And like I said, our best friend, the wall ivy. I'm all out of regular ivy though. I don't love that. What about just ladders? I mean, it looks all right. I can even add ladders under here. That kind of looks nice. I like that. Oh my goodness. What about ladders on the outside here? Oh dude, ladders are just a W. What a good block. Oh my goodness. I never thought I'd be using ladders to decorate. And you can jump up here with the ladders. That's cool. Goodness me. What about ladders in between these just to make it look a little less boring? I mean, I've got a bunch of them anyway. Never mind, I'm all out of ladders. That kind of looks nice. I like it. I do need some more though. I guess I'll make 20. Chuck them in here. Dude, I'm chucking these ladders in everywhere. Too much ladder? I don't care. I think it looks fine. Why didn't I add the blue things there? I need to get that. At least I can climb up the chicken coop to get up here now. It makes getting around this area a little bit easier. Now, was it maple log? I think it was. Okay, I've got 5. Let's go like this, then this, then this. That looks fine to me. At least I'd remember to do them on that side. You know what I think would be really cool? If I added some of these just pumpkins in as a detail, because they're so bright. So I'm going to grab a couple of these and my hoe, which is pretty much dead. And I'm just going to chuck in a couple pumpkins around. Of course, they're going to take a little bit of time to grow, but hopefully before we're done, they're going to be ready. I think that's just going to be such a nice, bright thing to add in. I'm hoping it's not too overwhelming though. Okay, but before I can finish this, I do need to get a bunch of plant fiber. So let me do that real quick and I'll see you guys in a jiffy. Okay, I have over 300 plant fiber, but I see this guy here. I kind of want to take him out. I'm not going to lie. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He jumped. Where did he go? Oh, he's all the way up there. Why did he jump like that? Last time I fought this guy, I ran out of arrows, but we should be fine this time. Hey, we got him. Okay, that was easy. What does he drop? He drops a little bit of thorium, I guess. Everyone was trashing me last episode because I can't say cobalt. Hey, I'm Australian, all right? My accent is different. Apparently I was saying cobalt, but it's cobalt, allegedly. I'm sorry, okay? But look how much cobalt we have. Oh my goodness. We also have a bunch of plant fiber, so I can now make a huge amount of this grass. And I saw this poisoned ivy. That looks kind of cool. I like that. Maybe I made a bit too much, but it's whatever. Make a little bit more wall ivy, maybe some of this, and I think I'm definitely going to need more grass. So I don't want to use it all. I guess the rest can become grass. Oh, no, we still have more. I just didn't have enough dirt. Okay, but let me try this poisoned ivy. I'm not going to eat it, but I will put it on my building. Dude, I really hate this fog. It's super annoying. I don't mind the poison ivy. I was hoping it would look a little bit better, but I guess it's fine. It's all good. We got a couple of the pumpkins growing. They look pretty good. I like it. Can I jump up here? Please make this. Okay, I'll jump up here and then I'll jump here. Then do. Never mind. Brother, won't even let me get up there. Okay, there we go. Now that I'm up here, I plan to just add these little bits in just to add a little bit more flavor. That's really cool. If you place this behind, it grows through the ladders. I really like that. But I'm hoping this just adds that little bit of extra details into this thing and it just starts looking a little bit nicer, because I did think it looked a little bit boring, I won't lie. How is that? You know, that's not too bad. Let me chop this tree because it's in the way. Thank you. That's not too bad at all. I think I like that. You know, it's not crazy. It could definitely be better, but I have to admit, I think it is a solid first attempt at a house in the game of Hytale. There's a few more details I do need to try and add in here, so we're going to quickly do that. And don't worry, I have not forgotten about the interior just yet. I'm still going to be jumping on top of that, but for me, the exterior is always the most important and my number one priority. I want to make sure I make it look as good as I possibly can. Now, I think a little bit of red. I've got some red mushrooms in here. So, whoa, okay, these are growing. I was trying to figure out why it seemed like there was so many mushrooms. How do I stop them from growing? They're growing way too much. So you can grow mushrooms like that just by placing them and they're going to grow. Maybe if I fill in all of the spaces with some of this shorter grass that you can't really see, I'm hoping that'll stop the growth of them, but I guess maybe this is going to double up as a mushroom farm. It's a little bit annoying. I didn't know they did that, but I mean, it's good that I find that out because now I know how to grow the cheeky fellas. But we are going to quickly grab a little bit more soil pathway, and I'm going to use this to connect the main road to this back building here. Well, not the back building, the little outside bit. Now, usually I would chuck hay bales under here, but I don't think that's a thing in this game yet. If it is, I have no idea how to get them. But is there a hay bale? Oh no, there is a hay bale. I was wrong. Okay, I just need wheat. Let me drop off everything I don't think I'm going to be using, and I guess we just got to farm up a little bit of wheat. Grab a couple of these fellas. Thankfully, wheat is very easy to farm, so it doesn't take me long to get enough. Oh, and my hoe is broken. Apparently, if I water this, it'll stop the land from going back to normal, but I can't be bothered right now. But now I can make up these hay bales. It takes a second to make them. I guess that kind of makes sense. Now we got 10, so I can run down and just add these under here. Okay, I think that looks nice. I only used 5. Maybe I can also put some under here, just like that, with the torch. Now, in order for me to finish the exterior, I need to grab more grass, so I'm going to grab my shears, run around, grab a bunch of flowers that I think will look nice, and of course, any of these bits of grass that I can grab my hands on. So I'll see you when that's done. Alright, I have 96. I'm hoping that's going to be enough, so let's head back and finish decorating this area. Adding in some flowers, little bits of grass, maybe a bush here, stack them too high as well. That's something I learned very recently, and honestly, I think that's pretty much as good as I'm going to be able to get it. So now it's time for me to decorate the inside. Now this video has already been long enough, so what I'm going to do is pretty much grab everything that I can find that I could possibly use for an interior design, as well as my bed. I definitely need these logs to make some more of these. You know, 100, I'm hoping, you know, I'll do a little bit more, and I should probably do some ladders too. Oh my goodness, the mushrooms are even growing in here. That's crazy. All right, I'm going to try and decorate this kind of small area, and I'll see you guys when that's done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am very, very proud of this. This might be the very first interior I have ever done on this channel. So brace yourself, all right? Because Hytale interior is so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, these mushrooms are going absolutely bonkers though. Goodness me. This is not what I had in mind. I'm really going to need to make sure I keep trimming them all down. But as you walk in the front door, you have, okay, not great. It's not the best on the bottom floor. I did the top floor first and I used pretty much everything I have, but we've got a nice thing. There's a couple chairs around, you know, place to eat. I haven't got anything to store, so I've got a chain there, and that's kind of like an overhanging cupboard or something. I used the windows, the broken windows that I got from that house, to create a divider with some ladders on the side here, just to section this whole thing off and make it feel like a different room, even though it's technically the same. Then we've got a cupboard, another desk, and some bookshelves. Look, the bottom is not the best, okay? I'm sorry, but the top, have a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, my very first submission for an interior. I think I did a pretty decent job. So this was gonna be like an attic, but I couldn't get up there because of the roof. So I've just made it look like it's closed for now. But we've got the bed, so we can sleep for the very first time in our brand new house. Honestly, one of the best sleeps I've had, I'm not gonna lie. But we've got a nice little cupboard here. Maybe I should actually move this over a bit, like there, because it was kind of getting blocked by that. But we've got some shelves with nothing on them yet. But one day, I'm sure there's going to be things on those shelves, maybe trophies or something I can collect. We've got a chair in the corner, just in case, you know, I've been bad. It's a naughty corner, I guess. We got a table with brown mushrooms, because what else am I going to put on there? Some bookshelves, you know, some lighting. These diagonal ropes that I found before, I decided to add them in here, and we've got chains looking like it's holding up this whole thingy-majiggy here. And then on the outside here, we've got a nice table and chairs with a rope, because I mean, why not? And a torch, which I can turn off and turn on. So overall, pretty good, man. I know it's probably not the best interior you've ever seen, but considering I never do interiors, I think it's looking okay. I don't mind it. I think I'm pretty proud of myself, I'm not gonna lie. But having a final view of the entire house, that's looking pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I might actually build up a little bit just so we can get a better look. And I know the sun's not in the best spot for it, but I mean, that thing looks great. We'll just reduce the FOV a little bit, turn off the hotbar, and oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, when the sun shines on this thing, it's gonna look glorious. I'm very happy with this. This is definitely a good attempt at the very first official house that I built in Hytale. Now, don't get me wrong, it's decent, okay? I think it's okay, but I'm sure we can do a lot better. Everything that I've learned from this house, of course, I'm going to take and try and improve on and see if we can build better buildings in the future. So for a very first attempt in this world, I mean, technically it's a second attempt, right? But do we really call this thing a house? This was kind of like the starter base when I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, it's decent, not too bad, but in terms of everything in here, eventually it's all going to be gone. This is going to be a relic. But dude, now we've actually got a place to sleep. That entire building there was built simply so I could have a different place to put my bed. So now whenever I want to sleep, I'm just going to jump across here, jump in through here, and boom, we're in bed. Just like that. Beautiful. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see it. What if we have a look from up here? Because that's where we were looking at the very start when we were trying to figure out how we wanted it to look. Let's see what we ended up achieving. You know, I don't mind it from this angle as well. This angle is pretty good as well. It always looks better in the lower FOV. Have a look at that. That's pretty nice. You know what? I'm pretty happy. As far as buildings go, it's definitely not my worst, but just consider it is the very first building that I've built in Hytale, which resembles a building. Oh my goodness. It actually looks like a building. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you are enjoying this series. If you do want to support the channel and you haven't bought the game yet, make sure to use code JOZZA because it supports the channel at no extra cost to you, but only if you want to. I really hope you guys are enjoying this series, and of course I'm gonna have a lot more coming for you guys. As long as you guys love watching them, I'm gonna keep making them. But as always guys, kind of sad that it started raining right at the end, but that's fine, it's not gonna ruin the mood. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you could ever imagine, and until next time, peace out.